Darren, it was defeat on Tuesday night. You made the point post-match that perhaps on the balance of play with a better team. What are your reflections now, a few days on?
Yeah, very, very similar. I think my reflections were we gave away a poor goal, and we did. I didn't see at the time the penalty on James Daly. And maybe some of the oohs and ahs that were close. But I thought Halifax presented something very different. Halifax presented something that is synonymous when you're one of the sort of the teams in the top 4 or 5, 6, 7. They sat very, very deep and very narrow for a back 5, for a defensive unit of 5. It was very, very narrow, and we lacked a little bit of grace in wide areas. And despite trying to flood the pitch with attacking players of creativity, even Wilkinson is as creative a player as we have, which I know is a strange sort of declaration because he's a central defender, but even having Luke on the pitch, he's a very good footballer. Lofthouse came on, of course, and Marcus, but yeah, I just thought it was one of those nights, and I've seen them so many times, and there's a notion that it was a tired performance. I don't agree with that in the slightest, but I thought the players' motivation and energy was excellent, really excellent actually, and yeah, it was just one of those things.
And despite the result, it has actually been a really, really impressive season, a really good season, and the club's made some real progress both on and off the pitch. What are some of your highlights, both results and also seeing the progress away from the pitch?
Look, I think Ian's great to have in these situations because he's ingrained a little bit further and deeper into the football club than I am, and Jeff the same. And I think I'll appreciate it more. I know I'm quite grumpy most of the time, but I think Ian said to me it's been 25 years since we've had a season of this success, points, position, however you want to quantify it. So when you think about it in that context, if we've had to wait 25 years for this, we might have to wait 25 more after this. So the whole kind of message of enjoying it is probably accurate and fair, but the players have been magnificent, absolutely magnificent. I've had some really great groups for different reasons, but a brilliant group of players, very, very committed, and they really do represent our football club with real honesty and sincerity, and they're very authentic. All of them are very authentic characters, real people. And I think they've been great, and we've, and it's been a very good season, and it still has the opportunity to be historic, momentous, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In terms of our progress, the progress in terms of the professionalism of the football club has been incredible, just incredible. Our provision on so many matters has improved, and we've got to try and move that again next year to ensure that we have another stimulus next year, because to repeat, is it 11 places of improvement, 11 or 12 places in the table of improvement? We can't do 11 or 12 more. There's not 11 or 12 more places to go. So, just to stay in competition, whether it be in League Two or the National League, we have to try and move the ceiling, push the ceiling again, and it gets harder and harder because we've made so much ground this year. But there's things that we're doing off the pitch with logistics, and infrastructure is important. that hopefully serve the club well beyond Darren Sarll, that's for sure. And there's so many things that I know John and Drew want to achieve off the pitch. So we've got to keep growing, and we can. Whilst the attendances have been like they are, and the support's been as good as it's been, we do get a chance to grow.
And you touched on the support there. This week, season tickets launched for next season, obviously looking a bit further ahead. We're on course to have a really, really impressive uptake of the season tickets this year. Just how magnificent has the support been?
Brilliant. We do feel like a proper football club. I mean, I loved my time at Yeovil. I really did. Brilliant place, and lots of personal memories and things. But the togetherness of our support this year has been just incredible, absolutely incredible, and the growth of it is as important. The reaction and the appreciation that we receive, incredible. I just hope that we continue to maintain that. I just hope that we continue to be balanced in our expectations, and I just hope we keep reminding ourselves that Woking can only win if everyone does this well. There's no artificial injection of anything here. This is a very organic, natural football club.
And tomorrow, it's solid on the way. We beat them earlier in the season at home. What can we expect, and how important is it to finish strong ahead of the playoffs?
Well, I don't really know how to answer that in terms of, apart from the obvious, it's always good to win any game. Very tough to win any game. But in Sarll, they really have got, a top 5 manager. Brilliant manager. Nearly as good as they come. And they're actually a good example, because last year we've probably flipped from this time last year to now, and it's a good example of that second season. And that's why this second season scares me so much. But brilliant coach, really top guy, brilliant manager. So I always think, for me, there's 2 games always going on. There's one on the pitch and there's one on the sideline. And these games are as tough as they come for me against Neil. And as much as I like him, I want to beat him, and he'll want to beat me. And it will go to whatever length it is to try and attain that goal. And these are tough games, and they're very tough for us. But we're in a very, very, fortunate position. Every team will want to be us. Every team, apart from the 3 above us at the minute, every team will want to be us. 5th place will want to be 4th. This is why, I received so many comments about maybe not being able to attain 3rd. Because human nature tells you that you want what you can't have. So, we need to try and win the game to keep that fire burning. But we're in a really great position to make sure that we try and win one more league game, before the playoffs. And I like winning. It makes me happy. So I'd like to do it again once more.
And finally, how's the squad looking?
Yeah, okay. It's been a bit of a juggle trying to get everyone to where they need to be for these really big games. You look at, especially in central defence, trying to manage Cuthbert's load, incredible performer, never ever wants to miss a game, and unfortunately Uncle Darren has to tell him every now and then that he's the wrong side of 20 and he has to have a breather. So trying to keep him at his fittest, so it's doing less sometimes with Scott. We've had to do more with Lapata, we've had to do more with Wilkinson because of their fitness levels, and Joe McNerney's just been a brilliant balance for us all year. Brilliant balance. So it's managing that, it's managing all of the players that have played, there's probably 7 or 8 players that have rolled out every game. You know, we're fortunate to have cover in central defence, and we're less fortunate to have as much cover at, say, left back with Josh. So Josh has done some incredible work this year. His loading and the age that he's at, and the fact that, you know, still his 2nd year really of full-time football. He's been incredible, Josh, absolutely incredible. So there's some we can help tomorrow. There's some that we can't help. They're gonna have to, you know, go to hell and back again to try and win. You know, Inces and Kellermans and players like that. And I don't want to go there and disrespect what is 3 more points. I'd love to finish with 80 points. I think that would be a real achievement across the league campaign. So the team will be strong enough, in my humble opinion, to win that game.
Well, Darren, thank you for your time. Best of luck.
Thank you.